JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Music producer on bail on a murder charge accused of illegal gun possession. The police have laid fresh gun-related charges against the St. Catherine music producer who was out on bail in relation to a murder charge. 28-year-old Shaquille Hudson of Friend Street in Spanish Town was charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition following the seizure of a Taurus 9mm pistol and 2 rounds of ammunition along Market Street, Montego Bay, St. James on Thursday. The Montego Bay police say at about 2:30 p.m., a team of officers received information that a reported stolen motor vehicle was seen along Market Street. Checks were made, and the vehicle was seen at a car wash in the area with Hudson standing close to it. He was accosted, searched, and the gun was allegedly taken from his waistband. He was taken into custody, where he was subsequently charged. Last year, February, Hudson was held at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston, allegedly trying to flee the country, and was later charged with murder, illegal possession of a firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. The charges stem from the December 29, 2021 shooting death of 23-year-old Troy Beckford. The music producer allegedly boarded a flight 2 weeks later and left the island. He returned to the island in February 2024 and was preparing to board an outgoing flight on February 6 when he was arrested by the police. He was offered bail in the sum of $800,000 in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court last year, April. St. Elizabeth policeman found unresponsive at home. The police in St. Elizabeth are mourning the sudden death of a colleague who was discovered unresponsive at his home last night. That is Constable Romeo Howe of Wilton District in Gosmond. Howe was attached to the Area 3 Highway Patrol Division. Reports are that at about 7:40, he was found unresponsive at his home. He was assisted to the Black River Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. 34 killed in 30 fatal crashes during March, says ITA. The Island Traffic Authority ITA is reporting that 34 people were killed in 30 fatal crashes during the month of March. This represents an 11% reduction in fatalities in March this year when compared to March 2024, while fatal crashes are down 3%. 12 motorcyclists were killed during the month, accounting for 35% of the fatalities. March 2024 also saw 12 motorcyclists being killed in traffic crashes, the ITA said. With 10 fatalities during the month under review, private motor vehicle drivers accounted for 29% of the road deaths. This is 6 more deaths when compared to March last year, a 150% increase. 6 private motor vehicle passengers were also killed this March, accounting for 18% of the deaths recorded during the month. 4 pedestrians and 2 pillion passengers were also killed in March this year. Meanwhile, a breakdown by parish shows that St. Catherine, with 8 deaths, was the most dangerous parish for road users. Westmoreland came next with 6 fatalities, followed by Hanover, St. Mary and St. James with 4 fatalities each. St. Thomas and St. Elizabeth both recorded 2 deaths each, followed by Kingston, St. Andrew, Clarendon and Manchester, each with 1 death. The safest parishes during the month of March were Trelawney, St. Anne and Portland, where no deaths were recorded. Pickup driver pleads guilty following crash involving Minto. Dwight Parchment. The pickup driver's vehicle collided with an unmarked service vehicle and left the head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Superintendent Coleridge Minto, hospitalized for 4 days, pleaded guilty to careless driving resulting in a collision. He was fined $80,000 or 2 months in prison when he appeared before presiding Judge Alwyn Smith at the Santa Cruz Courthouse on Friday. On March 13, between 4:30 p.m. and 5 p.m., Minto was traveling in an unmarked service vehicle, a Mitsubishi Pajero, on the Jacksgate Main Road in Newmarket when a Nissan pickup crashed into the front of the SUV. Minto was first admitted to the Black River Hospital before being transferred to the University Hospital of the West Indies. He was released from the hospital 4 days later and returned to work on Monday, March 24. The judge reportedly told Parchment that even though the road was wet, he had a responsibility to be careful. JUTC ditches 23 routes that are being converted for route taxes. 23 routes now served by the Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC are being turned over to route taxi operators. Transport Minister Darrell Vance said 11 of the 23 are now being served by route taxis. He was speaking Wednesday at the weekly post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House.
There's this feeling that the JUTC is competing against the public transportation operators. Absolutely not. What we are doing is streamlining and making sure that what JUTC can manage, because they don't have the fleet, rather than holding it as exclusive, they release it so that new routes, so that will be 23 new routes in the KMTR. 23 new routes. Just think about what that will do to expand the ability for commuters to travel and also operators to earn. Let's go to the big one now. The rural school bus service. Following the Prime Minister's announcement of the rural school bus service, preparations are advancing. This will be a joint initiative between the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, and the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport. We have a meeting immediately after this, since I knew Minister Dixon would be here and our PS and team and my PS and team. So we won't waste any time. We'll finish this, we'll go straight into that meeting. So, let me outline just quickly what we are trying to achieve. The Ministry of Transport will be responsible for managing the buses. Ministry of Education will be required to find the funding for the buses and also to provide the routes for the buses. You will see outside one of the test buses that we brought in, which JUTC has tested, approved, and the bottom line is that this first 100 buses, 50 of which I hope to get here within the next 60 days, will be used for the major corridors. And once we have the major corridors figured out, then of course we move into the interiors. Based on the numbers of students and schools, which I just want to give you so we can put things in perspective as it relates to the task that is ahead of us. So we have 162 remote rural schools with 15,168 students. We have 440 rural schools with 105,000 students. And urban schools, we have 379 of those with 257,000 students. So it simply means that the JUTC and the Ministry of Education, in starting this program, it will take some time to be able to really have the impact that we.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.